The car was running, but she wasn't moving. I noticed it because the exhaust was visible in the cold air. White clouds puffing out steady. Engine on. Nobody getting out. I'd just finished grocery shopping, loading bags into my truck. The supermarket lot was half empty. Tuesday afternoon, most people at work. But this sedan was parked 3 spaces down. Windows fogged. Someone inside. I almost ignored it. Then I saw the car seat in the back. Something made me walk over. I got closer and wiped the condensation off the driver's window with my sleeve. My daughter was behind the wheel. Eyes closed, head tilted back against the headrest. My grandson, barely 2 years old, asleep in his car seat behind her. I knocked. Not hard. Just enough. She jerked awake, looked at me through the glass. Her face was wrong. Puffy, red around the eyes. She rolled the window down halfway. "Dad?" Her voice cracked. "What are you doing out here?" I asked. She glanced back at my grandson, still asleep. Then she looked at me and her whole face just collapsed. "Marcus threw me out," she said. Marcus, her husband, the man I'd helped buy a house for 2 years ago. "Threw you out of what?" "The house," she whispered. "Your house, the one you bought us." I stood there in the cold parking lot, still holding my grocery bags. "What do you mean he threw you out?" She started crying harder. "He said I have no right to anything." I should back up. My daughter's name is Emily. She's 26, smart kid. Went to college, got her degree in education. Married Marcus 3 years ago. I liked him at first. Polite, had a decent job in IT, showed up on time, looked me in the eye when we talked. They lived in an apartment after the wedding. Small place, 1 bedroom. Emily got pregnant pretty quick. They needed more space. Marcus came to me about 18 months ago, said they'd been looking at houses but couldn't afford the down payment. Asked if I could help. I thought about it for maybe 10 seconds. I'd sold my business the year before, electrical contracting, 30 years building it up. The sale left me comfortable, not rich, but stable enough. I told Marcus I'd cover the down payment, $60,000. The house would be in both their names. He shook my hand, said he'd pay me back. I told him not to worry about it. It was for Emily and the baby. We closed on the house 4 months before my grandson was born. Nice neighborhood, 3 bedrooms, fenced yard, everything a young family needs. Emily was happy. I remember helping them move in. She kept walking through the empty rooms talking about paint colors and furniture. Marcus seemed happy too. I didn't see the problem starting. Maybe I didn't want to. Emily stopped calling as much after the baby came. When I'd visit, Marcus was always hovering, checking his phone, making comments about how tired Emily looked. I figured it was just new parent stress. Now she was sitting in a supermarket parking lot with my grandson, telling me she'd been thrown out. I put my grocery bags in the truck and got in her passenger seat. The heat was blasting. My grandson was still asleep. Emily kept wiping her face with her sleeve. "Start from the beginning," I said. She took a shaky breath. Marcus's mother moved in 2 months ago. I didn't know that. She got evicted from her apartment. Marcus said it would just be temporary, a few weeks until she found a new place. And she never looked. She just settled in, took over the guest room, started rearranging things, telling me how to take care of the baby, criticizing everything I did. Emily stared straight ahead through the windshield. I tried talking to Marcus about it. He said I was being ungrateful, that his mother was helping us. Helping how? She wasn't. She just sat around complaining about the food I cooked, the way I cleaned, how I dressed the baby. I felt my jaw tightening. This morning I asked Marcus when she was leaving. He got angry, said this was his house and his mother could stay as long as she wanted. His house, I repeated. Yeah. Then his mother came out of her room, started yelling at me, called me disrespectful, said I didn't appreciate what they were doing for me. Emily's hands were shaking. I told her this was my house too, that my dad helped us buy it. What did she say? She laughed, Said my name wasn't on the mortgage, that legally I had no claim to anything. I went very still. Your name's not on the deed? Emily looked at me. Fresh tears. Marcus said it would be easier for the loan if it was just in his name, that we'd add me later. I sat there processing that for a long moment. $60,000, my money, the down payment I gave them for a family home, and Marcus had put the house solely in his name. When did you find this out? I asked. This morning, after his mother said it. I didn't believe her. I went looking for the paperwork. And? She was right. Just his name, the mortgage, the deed, everything. Emily wiped her eyes again. I confronted him, asked why he lied to me. He said he didn't lie, said he never promised to put me on it, that I misunderstood. Classic. Then what happened? His mother told me if I didn't like it, I could leave. Marcus didn't say anything, just stood there. So you left. I grabbed the baby and my purse. That's all I could get before she blocked the door, told me not to take anything that didn't belong to me. I looked back at my grandson, still sleeping peacefully, no idea his world had just shifted. Where were you planning to go? I don't know. I just drove, ended up here. I've been sitting in the parking lot for 2 hours trying to figure out what to do. She looked at me. I didn't want to bother you. Bother me? You already gave us so much money. I didn't want you to think I was asking for more. I felt something cold settle in my chest. Not anger yet, something sharper. Marcus had taken my money, put the house in his name only, let his mother move in, and then kicked my daughter out when she objected. Get your things, I said. What? You and the baby are coming with me, right now. Emily stayed at my place that night. I set her up in the spare bedroom, put my grandson's car seat on the floor next to the bed. Emily barely spoke, just fed the baby, put him down, then sat on the edge of the bed, staring at nothing. I made her eat something, heated up leftover soup. She managed half a bowl. What are you going to do? She asked. Handle it. Dad, I don't want you fighting with Marcus. I'm not going to fight with him. She looked at me, trying to read my face. I didn't say anything else that night. The next morning, I called my lawyer, guy named Ron. We'd worked together during the business sale. I explained the situation, the down payment, the house in Marcus's name only, Emily being kicked out. Ron was quiet for a moment. Do you have proof you gave him the money? Bank transfer, $60,000, directly to the title company. I have the paperwork. Was there any agreement about the house being in both names? Just verbal. Marcus told Emily it would be. That's harder to prove, Ron said. But the down payment is yours. We can work with that. He asked a few more questions. Told me he'd look into it. I hung up and made another call. Marcus's job. I knew the company, mid-sized IT firm. I'd done electrical work for their building years ago. Still knew the owner. I didn't call him yet. Just wanted the number ready. Then I drove to the house. My house. The one I'd paid for. Marcus's car was in the driveway. So was an older sedan I didn't recognize. Probably his mother's. I parked on the street and walked to the front door. Rang the bell. Marcus answered. He saw me and his face changed. We need to talk, I said. Marcus stepped outside and closed the door behind him. If this is about Emily, she's being dramatic, he said. I didn't respond. Just looked at him. He shifted his weight. My mother's going through a hard time. Emily couldn't handle having her here for a few weeks. She's been there 2 months. It's temporary. You kicked my daughter out of the house I bought. His expression tightened. You gave us money for a down payment. That's not the same as buying the house. The house that's only in your name. The loan was easier that way. You told Emily you'd add her to the deed. I said maybe. She assumed. I took a breath, stayed calm. Here's what's going to happen. Emily's name goes on that deed by the end of the week. Your mother finds a new place to live, and you apologize to my daughter. Marcus actually laughed. Or what?
or I take legal action to recover my $60,000. With interest. His smile faded. You gave that as a gift. No, I gave it as a down payment for my daughter's home. If she doesn't have a home, I want my money back. You can't do that. My lawyer thinks I can. We'll let a judge decide. Marcus's face was red now. You're threatening me? I'm telling you how this ends. The front door opened. An older woman appeared. Heavy set, sour expression. Had to be his mother. Who's this? She asked Marcus. Emily's father. She looked me up and down. The one who thinks he can tell us what to do in our own house. The one who paid for it, I said. Her face twisted. That was a gift. You don't get to control. Your son committed fraud, I interrupted. He took my money under false pretenses. Marcus's mother stepped fully outside now. You can't prove anything, she said. I pulled my phone out, showed them the bank transfer. $60,000, dated, documented, sent directly to the title company with a memo. Down payment for Marcus and Emily. Emily's name is right there, I said. Marcus stared at the screen. His mother grabbed his arm. Don't let him bully you. This is your house. I put my phone away. I'm giving you 72 hours. Emily's name on the deed, or I file a lawsuit and report the fraud to your employer. Marcus's eyes went wide. My employer? Yeah, the IT firm that does government contracts, the one that requires financial transparency from employees. Wonder how they'll feel about this. That part was a bluff, mostly. But I knew his company had strict ethics policies. His mother started yelling. You can't ruin his career over this. Watch me. I turned to leave. Marcus called after me. Wait. I stopped. He looked defeated, scared. I need to talk to my lawyer. You've got 3 days. I drove back to my place. Emily was feeding my grandson in the kitchen. How did it go? She asked. He's thinking about it. She didn't push for details. That night, Marcus called her. She put it on speaker. He apologized, said he'd been stressed, that his mother had been pressuring him, that he'd fix everything. Emily looked at me while he talked. I shook my head. Not good enough. I want it in writing, she told him. My name on the deed. Your mother out. This week. Silence on the other end. Okay, he finally said, and I'm staying at my dad's until it's done. Emily. She hung up. Marcus came through. Took 5 days instead of 3, but Emily's name went on the deed. Ron verified it personally. Joint ownership, legal and recorded. His mother moved out the same week. I don't know where she went, didn't ask. Emily didn't move back right away. She stayed with me for another 2 weeks, said she needed time to think. Marcus called every day, apologizing, begging, promising things would be different. I stayed out of it, told Emily it was her choice. She eventually went back, not because she forgave him, because she wanted to try for my grandson's sake. I respected that. But things changed. Emily made Marcus sign a post-nuptial agreement. Ron drew it up, protected her rights to the house regardless of what happened to the marriage. Marcus signed it without argument. I started visiting more often, unannounced, just dropping by to see my grandson. Marcus never said anything about it. Neither did Emily. The marriage lasted another 8 months. Emily filed for divorce last spring, kept the house. Marcus moved out. She's doing better now. Got a teaching job. My grandson's in preschool. They're managing. Marcus sends child support on time. I'll give him that. We don't talk. Sometimes I think about that day in the parking lot. How close Emily came to just disappearing. Too ashamed to ask for help. How Marcus counted on that. I'm glad she was parked where I could see her. People ask if I regret giving them the money. If I feel used. I don't. That $60,000 bought my daughter a house she actually owns. Security. Marcus can't take away. Money well spent. My name's Frank, and my daughter's going to be just fine.